Well, this is Edward, and I am broadcasting live on justin.tv/EdwardStarcraft. This is the EdwardStarcraft Invitational number 1.
Yep, only the cool kids are invited, so if you're not invited, you gotta get a bit cooler, man. Get in on this. Big thanks to Jake, Desi, and Hypes for donating to support this and make this a possibility. We have a total of $80 in the prize pool. I believe $40 for first place and $20 for second. I'm gonna go check that so I don't end up being a fool on stream. So Edward, while I do that, why don't you introduce these players for us?
Okay, well, spawning at the bottom hand position, we have our blue Terran player. He is a mathematician of sorts. He is dydx, and at the top hand position, looking like he mashed his name on the keyboard, he is lkjewq.
Yes, took his face, smacked it down on the keyboard, and took whatever came out of it. It ended up being lkjewq, lkjewq. His face is pretty big, so it can cover the whole extent of the keyboard from L to Q. But the prize pool coming back, updating you on that: $40 for first place, $25 for second place, and $15 for third. Guys, that is a lot of money just for a little EdwardStarcraft invite, a very friendly community thing. And we've been having some great games so far, Edward. You know, dydx, we saw him play very solidly against the Protoss player that was, if I'm stretching my mind to remember, dydx versus
Name of the law.
Name of the law, that is right. I am very, very good with names, and by that I mean I'm very bad. But you know, and we've already seen dydx play, and it looks like he's going for a command center first.
Yeah, what a ballsy move here today. But, you know, he hasn't even scouted an expansion over here, and he is actually blocking his opponent's expansion. What is going on here, dydx? Do you want yourself to, like, get one base all in? I mean...
And it looks like 4 Zerglings are being made right now. And a Bailey. This is going insane. dydx expressed his hate for this map, and possibly the reason... Oh, he's desperately putting down barracks. Build faster! Build faster! And the Overlord sees exactly what's going on, sees these workers working so hard on those barracks now. I said before that these SCVs should get a degree in engineering, but certainly if they make it out of this game alive, they should get they should definitely get that degree and get a job.
Well, you know, over here, Protoss, they have this ability called Chrono Boost. Well, I think SCVs, they should have this ability called, like, get paid a bonus or something like that.
Get paid a bonus, yeah.
Yeah, you pay 50% more, and then you get,
Oh my god, he's gonna lift up the barracks! Did he lift up? Oh!
Oh, that was very close, but now dydx lifting up that barracks. That was really risky, but he got his SCVs back home. And, you know, remember, Terran has a... They always say Zerg has a third resource, which is the larva. Well, Terran has a third resource. It's called morale.
Morale.
Yes. So you want to make sure that, you know, your no man left behind program is top notch. Otherwise, you won't get any recruits. It will be very difficult. Actually, Marines you don't have to recruit that way though, because they're convicts and they get those neural implants.
Yeah.
But this one Marine, they say that, you know, behind a Terran wall off, you can just have one Marine and hold off an infinite number of Zerglings, but...
not looking like it, man.
No, the Zerglings just take out the destructible rocks so quickly. I mean, it's not cost efficient, but if you're talking about the levels of money at, like, 50 minerals or something, like 50 minerals, oh yeah, I just lost like 100 minerals taking down this destructible rocks, and, you know, he used 50 minerals to... Yeah, that's like nothing. You don't really care about that. And,
no,
look,
speed upgrade finished.
Yeah, oh, and that is tricky. That is tricky. dydx is gonna, like, if he manages to hold this off, he's gonna be like, oh, my opponent's still on one base. Let me attack. Why are there so many units? Oh,
the Banelings are morphing. These barracks are looking to be very sad in a moment here. They're gonna be blown up.
You know, this might be the first time we'll see a Baneling bus on destructible rocks. Because these destructible rocks have less health than these barracks. You see, 926 versus the 1000. Oh, but
that might be true, but he can AoE down those barracks, and taking down 2 of the 3 barracks that the Terran player has could be very detrimental. And here come the Banelings. Nope, you need to pull the Zerglings back. They need to get... Oh, and he only gets 1! Why would you do that? You could get 2. And these Zerglings, I don't think they're going to be enough to take down these Marines, but the problem is the follow-up here. The follow-up is the issue. Oh, rebuild those barracks quickly.
And you know, the follow-up. See, this was lkjewq's plan all along, and I have to say, this was really crafty. His follow-up is, like, it looks like a failed Baneling bust. He's going to morph in, like, another 4 Banelings to try to, like, quote, bust it again. But it's going to be, like, tricking his opponent into thinking that, like, he keeps on all-inning. And he's bringing some, you know, I'm not sure if, like, maybe he's not. But I think he's just trying to trick him, and he's, like... If this was really his follow, I guess he did spend all of his money on it.
He's making drones. Yeah, he's making drones.
So it's kind of like, oh yeah, I don't have any resources left. This is all I have, right? You know, kind of like what we saw in Mystic's last game, except Mystic didn't have a gold expansion and had a lot more than 19. Okay, maybe he didn't have a lot more. He had 12. But you know, it's kind of like, oh my God, I failed. And in dydx, he's in this position. He saw those. I'm pretty sure he saw those 4 Banelings. lkjewq made sure to show them off to his opponent, and he's like, yes, I held off this bus. I have 2 bases. He has 1. I am so freaking ahead.
And now, you know, the thing lkjewq needs to look out for now is that he's very, very spread out, and so he needs to be very careful of drops. So I would like to check out his Overlord positioning right now. There's nothing in between him and the air positions of the Terran base, and so that means that basically 2 medevacs full of Marines is going to end the game for lkjewq right now. He doesn't have layer tech up. All he has to rely on are Zerglings and Banelings, and against dropships, that's not your best option. Plus, the fact that you're so spread, you need to be sure that you keep the Terran from scouting your... Oh my goodness. You need to make sure that you keep the Terran from scouting that gold base down at the bottom there. And it looks like dydx getting ever so close to that base. If he sees even the creep there, he's going to know what's going on.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like he's going for that. I'm not sure why he's placing this SCV over here since you can't scout your opponents. And he didn't even try to go to this Xel'Naga tower, but anyways, it looks like lkjewq, oh, he's going to be transferring some drones. Only 4, but some drones.
Wants to get that saturated as quickly as he can. We can see the gas geysers coming up now. Layer now finished, and Baneling speed, the first upgrade that goes down. I really like this. You need to keep low on your gas count, so you don't want to get the Mutalisks just yet. You need to rely on having a lot of Lings and a lot of Banelings, and again, that drop is going to be what's going to be so devastating. But I don't think dydx is going for that. Interestingly enough, a Raven, maybe he wants to make sure that he doesn't get killed by burrowed Banelings, and it does look like lkjewq is getting that burrow upgrade.
That's weird. He's getting a second starport now, and I'm curious to think, because I've never seen a Marine Raven composition against a Zerg player before, and so I'm curious to think whether or not dydx is just like messing around now because he feels like he's so ahead.
Yeah, I don't even know what that upgrade is. What is it, like Raven Energy that's doing? Is that? Yeah, it's Raven Energy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Raven Energy.
Cool story.
And it looks like he's gonna be massing Ravens. A cool show for us today, but I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Man. Oh man. What a kooky game. Command center first into a super desperate barracks wall off to defend against the Baneling bust. That was actually not a bust because he expanded to the gold expansion. And everything's just all up in the air now. The Spire is going to be completing soon, and take a look at the income count. The Harvester count for the Zerg player is going to be fairly solid. The Terran player is still far in the lead, but again, the gas income is what counts for Zerg, and that's going to allow him to make a lot of Mutalisks, and once he flies into the base, he's going to be able to see everything that dydx is doing.
Yeah, dydx does have a lot of income, but it looks like he has 4 mules right now for some reason. I guess he's stocked up. Oh, he did scan over here. He must have scanned this because...
Or that it's that one SCV that moved down, but it doesn't look, because it doesn't...
You don't see this.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's dark.
But he's moving with those ravens.
Auto turret, and this is just as good as a drop, even though it's quite late. this auto turret harass will be deadly. Oh, and all the units are gonna be pulled back to the wow, okay, great overlord placement from lkjewq, very nice, able to scout that. And this is exactly what I was talking about. You need very good overlord sight, and look at that, cleaning up these auto turrets just very nicely. And don't want to be using the
lkjewq responding very nicely, though. He's going to lose this expansion, but it way paid for itself already. And this is the longest run distance you could ever hope for.
Yep, abusing the fact that the Zerg players' bases are so spread. Oh!
Oh, do you see the volume peaks on our recording program? Now, Zerglings coming in, and you cannot leave, and these Marine... dydx, he's good with this spread, but it's just not good enough for a billion banelings.
Oh my god. And, but here's the issue. All of a sudden, the Zerg player is again on 2 bases against the Terran's 2 bases, and the Zerg player has less harvesters, and that is a lot. That is a lot of ravens.
2 more ravens coming out. This is like mass ravens, and you know, this is really dastardly of dydx. You know, I thought he was just doing this just to mess around, but once you get a critical mass of this many ravens, it is actually pretty hard to do, because now it's like you kill each one of these auto turrets, they do about as much damage as a Marine, as a +2 weapons upgrade Marine. And then they also have more armor than a Marine, and also like as much health as a Marauder.
I don't know how I like the ravens being here, though. If the turrets get cleaned up, that's a lot of free money. That's a lot of free money.
You're right. I'm not sure why he's spinning these in his opponent's base. At the same time, Marines are here in lkjewq's natural, though. So
very, very good 2-pronged attack. Very, very solid. Just, you know, behind the fact that this is kind of cheesy, like, weird-ass, like, random Ravens Marine play, I have to say dydx is doing very, very good at exploiting the weaknesses of what lkjewq tried to do here.
Yeah, and here, I mean, I thought he was probably going to meet up with a few more Ravens, do the Seeker Missile, since... Oh, he doesn't have the Seeker Missile.
No, only now upgrading, yeah.
And there is the GG
good
from lkjewq.
Game.
Oh, wow. What a game. I thought dydx was just messing around and he would get owned, but... And on Scrap Station, wow. Oh, what a game there.
Yep, you know, it all started out from that command center first and the engineering bay block on the natural of the Zerg player. Solidly done. I don't know if he was freestyling that build or if he's done that before, but you know, he had pretty much all the bases of that build covered. Even scanning the gold expansion, he knew probably that the Zerg player would try to do something like that, and so dydx, you know, a lot of people would think like, what the hell, what is this newbie doing? Like, you never see this in high level play, but I have to say there weren't very many holes in that build order that dydx executed, so very nice strategy. Very, very